So that is it, the home of Eurovision 2023. It feels like yesterday I was stood here, the day after it got announced that Liverpool is going to host this incredible song contest. It's going to be a massive year. There's just 15 weeks to go. The countdown is on our website. So every couple of weeks we thought we'd bring you all the action as we build up to the city's biggest ever party. This is the guide Liverpool as we count down to the contest. So this is it, the countdown to the contest is officially on. We're in 2023 and this is home to Eurovision 2023. You can see behind me at the M&S Bank Arena a little bit of a different show. It's currently setting up for a big weekend of production, but that Faye Dyer kind of tells us and shows us how dynamic this space is, doesn't it?
It does indeed. So typically, last night we had Lewis Capaldi, and then within a day we've turned around the arena, as you say, really versatile, ready for Hot Wheels. For Eurovision, the build time is 5 weeks.
Wow.
And that gives you really a sense of the scale and the complexity. So starting off with a couple of weeks of rigging, all about lighting and all about the special effects that it's going to have to make sure that it's really going to be a spectacle and it will have the wow factor. Then we get into building things, so obviously a big stage, we're going to be building commentator booths, and actually the green room where the artists are going to be is going to be on the floor of the arena. So an awful lot to be done in that 5 week period of time, and then of course the fun really starts then for 2 weeks.
We've got to talk about staff here at the arena because you recently done a recruitment drive.
Yes.
To get more bods in for the likes of Eurovision, which is going to be massive. This is a big Liverpool thing, isn't it? So people working the bars, the catering, security, predominantly going to be from Merseyside, Liverpool City region. It's such a good kind of way for them to get involved in Eurovision, isn't it?
It is. The opportunity is huge. So during Eurovision, there'll be about 500 members of our team on site. And like you say, we're working hard at the moment to make sure that we've got the right people in the right places. But it's much bigger than that as well. So during Eurovision, we're going to be taking people behind the scenes a little bit. And we really want to be able to showcase the industry and what job roles are available in our industry. So watch this space, there's going to be some quite exciting opportunities to come back of house a bit more. Brilliant. And hopefully inspire the next generation. So this is brilliant for us to be able to do that.
Okay, we're going to come back to you in a minute and talk about that kind of city-wide show, because it's not just about here at the arena. More on that in a second, and talking city-wide stuff, someone who's heavily involved, of course, is Bongos Bingo. They had a big announcement next week and Josh has got all the info.
Thank you, Jay. So we have even more brilliant Eurovision news in the form of a Bongos Bingo special. I'm joined by Jonny himself, Jonny Bongo himself. How are you, mate? You good?
Good, thanks for coming down.
No problem. It's looking a little bit quieter than it usually does.
It's got that feeling, a bit of emptiness, isn't it, when there's no one in here, and then when you've been here and you've seen what carnage unfolds, it's different when you come in when it's a bit of a shell, but yeah. Very excited for Eurovision.
Yes, tell me all about it. So you've got a couple of events. There's a big special happening on the Friday, and then you've got Saturday as well.
Yeah, so Friday, which is the day before Eurovision, we're doing a Bongos Bingo Eurovision special. So I'm absolutely made up. We've got 2 previous winners of the competition performing, Bucks Fizz, or The Fizz as they're known now, and Katrina from Katrina and the Waves. So both of them are performing. So to have 2 of Eurovision royalty in one show, that's going to be the second hottest ticket in town, I think, after Eurovision. And then on the Saturday, the day itself, we're actually just going to hold like a viewing party hosted by me. I'm going to be DJing and then set it up, get the room all decorated and show the competition, and that's going to go off as well.
The tunes will be blaring.
The tunes will be blaring.
So how did you manage to get these 2 Eurovision royalty acts to come here to Bongos?
We just got in early.
Did they know what they're getting themselves into?
Do you know what? We went and I met Cheryl Baker, one of the Fizz, and she was saying that when they got booked, it was her daughter was going, Bongos Bingo, you've been booked, like, do you know what this is going to be like? But it fits in so well, like Eurovision and Bongos Bingo. There's so many similarities. It's cheesy, it's just a lot of fun, and so I think it's going to work really well.
Yeah, that is like, you're right. That's like the iconic duo that no one knew they needed. Bongos Bingo and Eurovision.
And Eurovision.
It just makes sense.
Of it? Look at us.
Look at us now. Look at us now. Yeah, do you know what I was thinking? Right. So obviously, the Eurovision act for the UK hasn't been announced yet. And it just got me thinking when I was walking here, what about you the dancers, the whole shebang.
Well, forming up like a little
bongos group, and maybe putting yourselves forward, throwing yourselves in the hat there.
It's just the fear of nil point, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
It would never be nil point with you.
You never know.
Listen, I want to say something quick about Eurovision. Obviously, we've talked about it. You've got the big event coming. I mean, how great is this for Liverpool? It's just unbelievable.
It's on so many levels. It's just class for everything, for the city, for the hospitality, the economy, and there's no better city for it. I think it's just perfect, and it is going to be very exciting. So,
yeah.
Hey, the tickets go on sale.
Tell us about those tickets.
Tuesday the 31st, 6 o'clock.
Right.
So just head to Bongos Bingo socials and get on it. They're going to fly out.
They are. The internet's going to be broken.
I think
probably.
It will. They might break.
Yeah, we might break the internet. Listen, man.
Good to see you, as always.
Speak to you, man. Back to you, Jay.
Can't wait for that happening the night before the big contest. Thank you to all the team at Bongos Bingo. Something else happening very soon that you'll be interested in. We'll tell you more on that in just a little sec. But back to Faye, MD of ACC Liverpool in the M&S Bank Arena, celebrating 15 years as well this year, which is a big coup. What a way to celebrate with Eurovision.
Exactly, what a fabulous way to celebrate. So obviously we've got 2 weeks of open period on Eurovision. So when we're talking about live events and ways to celebrate, there are 9 public shows for Eurovision that not everybody realises. 3 of those are going to be televised, but 9 opportunities really to come and get a ticket. Of course, it's going to be high demand and low availability, but Eurovision isn't necessarily about just what happens in the arena in here. It's actually about how we're going to animate it across the whole cities, and there are so many different ways really for people to get involved. You know, that sense of joy, I think, is so infectious, isn't it, about Eurovision? It really is a global phenomenon. So please don't worry if, people aren't able to get tickets. There are so many other ways to participate in it.
Okay, and the rehearsals as well. You can come and experience the rehearsals here at the arena, and that will be ticketed, all the info on that very, very soon. So this is the arena, this is where the big party's happening, but lots of stuff happening, of course, around Liverpool City region as well. And one of the things is something called a Thong for Europe, Faye. Have you heard of this?
It's the Royal Court.
The Royal Court. This is the writer of Gimme 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 coming to town to put on a big Eurovision theme production starring our very own Lindsay Germain. It's going to be incredible. Let's find out a little bit more. Thank you, Faye.
Brilliant.
Eurovision is on the way, so there's loads of events being planned right now, and one of the first events actually is going to be right here at Liverpool's Royal Court Theatre. Ian Christie, it's called A Thong for Europe, and I want to find out a little bit more about it, mate. Tell me all about this show.
Of course it's called A Thong for Europe. What else would you expect from the Royal Court? It's a really, really exciting show. It's a brand new comedy. It's full of music. It's got all the Eurovision hits that you might expect from the show, and it's based around a woman called Lulu, not that Lulu, but she was called Lulu, who's a massive Eurovision fan, and she is really keen to get on stage in Liverpool. Now she lives in Litherland, but she really wants to get up on stage at this. In order to try and facilitate that, what she does is she offers a house out for a Eurovision performer, and there we meet Beryl from Balkania, who is the Balkanian entrant. Don't try and find it on a map. It's her story as to how she gets on in the final, and what goes on around that.
That's a story that I could only expect from this theatre. What a show this is going to be. And the really cool thing about it is it's written by Jonathan Harvey, which you mentioned to me before. I mean, how did that happen? That's amazing.
When it looked like Liverpool might get Eurovision, we had a little look and we thought, what would be the perfect thing? And we said, well, a piece of new writing, a play about the Eurovision Song Contest, it'd be, our sort of thing. The director, Stephen Fletcher, now Stephen does a lot with us, and he's friends with Jonathan Harvey. And Jonathan had said to him, do you think the Royal Court might be interested in a play about Eurovision? It's like, yes, of course. Like, get over here.
Obviously.
It's right now.
What about the cast? Has it been cast so far? What do we know?
Yeah, we've got a few in already. We've got Emma Bispham is going to be Beryl from Balkania. Lindsay Germain gets to play Lulu.
Of course, Lindsay's involved.
Of course, and Ethna Brown is going to be in it as well. There'll also be some great actor musicians in there because, it's about Eurovision. There's a lot of singing, going to be a lot of big hits in there. It runs all the way through from the 21st of April to the 27th of May. So Eurovision's on the 13th of May, so it's all across that period. Get yourself to liverpoolsroyalcourt.com and bag yourself a seat.
Cannot wait for that. A Thong for Europe coming to the Royal Court. One of the many things happening as we build up to Eurovision 2023. Big well into all the gang at Bongos Bingo, and of course Faye and all the team here at the home of Eurovision, the M&S Bank Arena and ACC Liverpool. It's going to be a massive year for this city, and keep it with us as we count down to the contest on the Guide to Liverpool. See you soon.